incredibly positive, unlike you, Jordan.
Bring that hat
very
to land,
negative.
and we'll see what happens. Probably nothing. I probably won't do anything.
Probably won't even turn up, Jordan. You probably won't even be there.
I'll wear the hat on stream. If Yuki brings it to land, I'll wear it on stream.
No, you won't.
I will.
I won't let you. That'll be awful. So, PIXL, a lot of work to do. Dark-sided, definitely the favourites heading into this match. And my prediction, Jordan, 4-0 with a lot of big Yuki plays. Let's see if I'm wrong.
I don't think that you are going to be at all. I'm definitely predicting a 4-0 here as well for Dark-sided. Mooney gets dropped early, though, by Dewboy. PIXL starting off the right way. Dewboy did get low, but he's going to be healed quite quickly back up. Similarly, Mooney, though, going to be rezzed quite quickly back up, and Dark-sided are going to be back to full strength here, looking to take the point. Yuki almost one-clips Aki.
This time, going to get the kill. Second time
oh,
the
it's
charm.
free.
Trying to chase down the Mercy as well. Almost successful, but the capture going to go across to PIXL to start things off. One would expect, however, that it will not stay that way, and Dark-sided will be able to capture it back.
Indeed. Only takes 12% here before Dark-sided get the cap back over. I mean, the fight was really already lost by the time pretty much PIXL had capped that point. Exerst has got himself the Infra Sight up, and Exerst is, I think, the shining light really for PIXL at the moment. With that Widowmaker, he's been very, very good on that hero so far this season. Trouble is, though, he's only one man.
He's going to find Turmo. That's not a half bad start, to be perfectly honest. Cantus, potentially, I'm not sure, went in for the res, did go in for the res, almost got picked up, but was successful the second time around. But look at this, Jordan. PIXL going to find the kills, potentially because the Widow wasn't there, the Mercy wasn't around support, or the players weren't there.
Molotov just letting Aki know who the Alpha Zenyatta is in this matchup. Also, letting Virginia know who the Alpha Zenyatta in this matchup is, as he dispatches off 2 of the PIXL players on his own. Yuki, in the meanwhile, does get the demake and the kill onto Bad. Turbo dispatches off Dewboy. And it's a very, very easy recapture for Dark-sided. As across the board, they win their own individual skirmishes.
We're just playing, it's like a recapture server, right? Where you keep swapping sides. Okay, now it's your time to attack. Yep. Okay, you get the recapture.
You just
cool.
Practice defending and practice attacking.
Yeah, our turn, we'll swap over. Let's go. We'll attack now. But PIXL, definitely with that ultimate advantage here. Interesting to see at this point. Still both teams pretty close. Yuki going for the Widow, but it's Mooney going to come in and steal the kill onto Exerst.
Nice coordination on the dive. Aki is aware of Yuki's positioning, which is obviously going to make life not so fun for the poor old Tracer. But Yuki still does manage to get the better of Aki in the end.
They're just going to let them recapture.
Yeah, I don't think Dark-sided cares that much because they know that they can recap straight away themselves.
They literally just wait for them to push it to the point. Sure, you captured it, we come back, we take it through. This time, however, not starting off necessarily how they'd like it to, with Virginia going to use the Primal Rage and doing so successfully. Yuki pushed back off the point. You can hear Dewboy there as well with the barrage, but didn't seem to find any kills or do all that much damage.
Yeah, Mooney having a good time now as well, chiming in. Another kill for Yuki. Exerst goes down. Aki is being absolutely cyberbullied right now by Yuki. Pulse Bomb out onto the Diva. The D-Mech occurs. Bad, probably not going to be lasting too much longer off the back of that. Another recapture going to be coming out here for Dark-sided. But to be fair, it did take them a while. PIXL is going to be up to 76%.
Yuki getting a lot of kills there, getting both of the tanks, and now looking for the Tracer as well. Unsuccessful for now. But look, Dark-sided having to do some work to bring this back. But whatever, like scores aside, Jordan, Dark-sided look very much in control.
Definitely, definitely. It's actually quite interesting that PIXL have gotten this much.
Yeah.
But they're doing a good job in that respect. They also get rid of Molotov, but there is a counteracting pick. Healer for a healer, and losing your Mercy is a little bit more significant than losing your Zenyatta, in my opinion. But the cap's going to come across for PIXL nonetheless.
Yeah,
or perhaps not.
This time, Punk's going to try and fight it out. Almost looked like Cantus was going to go down, stays alive. The pick's going in favor of Dark-sided here, up to 99% right now, into overtime. Cantus finally going to go down there to Exerst. And well, PIXL will recapture the point. The Primal Rage coming out as well from Virginia onto Punk. Continuing to chase down Mooney as well. Not successful, unfortunately, for PIXL. But Dark-sided, they need to win this next fight. That'll get them across the line. PIXL, though, if they win the next fight, they're going to be one up.
They've got a bit to hold on to it with as well. Dewboy with this rocket barrage will be critical, but self-destruct there for Bad as well. Dark-sided need to be aware of this. And the Rocket Barrage thrown out very, very early indeed. Dewboy needed to hang on to that one a bit longer. It's all gone wrong for PIXL.
Termo comes through, looking to find some more kills here with the Farah. Molotov actually going to find Exodus. Yuki throws out the Pulse Bomb. And Darkside are going to find the kills they need to, Jordan. And they'll capture the point. Round one going to them. For me, this is really weird, right? It kind of reminds me of that TV show Bait Car. Have you watched that?
Yes. Well, I haven't watched the show, but I know what you're referring to.
You know of the concept, right? So it feels to me like PIXL are coming in. It looks too good to be true.
Yeah.
They get onto the point. They're capturing the point. They've captured the point. Wow, I'm driving away with this sick car. Who would have left the keys in this? And then the cops pull them over.
Yeah.
You're arrested. And they had control the entire time because they could have just flipped the switch and the car turns off.
Yes.
Now, I'm not going to say that PIXL was stealing this away. They earned what they got. But my point is, Darkside in control.
Darkside always in
just
control.
said that.
Yeah, exactly. That's definitely felt like the case there on Lijiang Tao, even though it goes to 99 apiece or whatever it was. It always felt like Darkside was really quite in control there.
Were they in
PIXL
control?
need to make something happen here. They're expecting the Farah to come out. Again, Exerst onto McCree. Two Reinhardts. Virginia down quite low though. Mooney's feeling a bit more comfortable at the moment.
The battle of the Zaryas as well. However, only one of these teams, Jordan, has a Hanzo. And that's going to be Darkside with Yuki. And as I say that, I was talking about the Dragon Strike, but Yuki doesn't even need that. Finds 2 picks, does so with ease, and the point going to go across the Darkside here. Once again, quite convincing in that fight.
A lot of damage done by Termo as well. Didn't get the kills, but Farah's very, very good at getting the initial damage across and allowing room for her teammates to just mop up what she starts. PIXL now at a massive, massive ult deficit. Darkside already ticking that point up. It's not looking like a fun time.
Graviton Surge into Dragon Strike, almost available here. The Darkside are going to come up almost at exactly the same time. Question is, do they use it right now? The answer is probably not.
As soon as Dewboy falls to the ground there, you really feel like he's not going to be surviving. Seemed as though he might get the heals across in time, but Termo was chasing that one up. And as Farah, you know, if your opposition Farah lands on the ground, you really want to follow up on that because that's your best chance of getting a kill.
I'm seriously concerned about Darkside just pushing through and capturing PIXL here with the Graviton Surge.
Oh, that's exactly what they're going to do. That's what they want to do.
Here we go. Throws it out. Dragon Strike through the middle. McCree goes down as well to Punk. Yuki finds 4. We talked about how it's going to feel like it's the Yuki show.
Yeah, it's a wasted trance there as well from Aki. You really want to argue at this point that you probably don't throw your Transcendence out when there is the Dragon Ball combo available, because essentially all you have to do is damage buff the Hanzo, get a couple of other players in there to do a bit of damage, and you can damage through the Transcendence anyway, and then it's just the Zenyatta left alive, which is pointless.
But Darkside now have every other ultimate available other than the previous 2 that they used. Earthshatter goes down. I don't know if it found anyone though, Jordan. He manages to get up 1/3 of it already before going down. The rest of Darksiders seems to be carrying them through in this fight, even though not everything went their way. PIXL doing what they can. Unfortunately, just not enough in this instance. We're going to hit 99% in just a second. And the real opportunity here for this to be 100-0.
It very much is going to be. PIXL aren't going to be able to contest this one properly. Virginia does get the Earthshatter out, but it doesn't knock anyone down because there's 2 bubbles there, one for Punk, one for Mooney. Darkside to close out map 1.
They do indeed. Very, very strong. Precisely what we expected to see. Darkside looking very comfortable.
Yeah, not much to really say about it. It seemed in all facets Darkside was just a bit stronger. They had the individual duels that were going their way. When the fights became a little bit more team-oriented, they also had those going their way. So, look, I mean, we know coming into this matchup that Darkside is probably going to be more than a match for PIXL. Really, at this point, it's just a case of PIXL trying to get a map on the board, trying to do some damage that way.
Yep.
Maybe try to make Kanga's life a little bit easier against Darkside next week, depending on how the maps end up in this matchup.
Yeah, if you're PIXL, right, you're looking for maps. Sure, you're probably not going to win this match, but if you can find a map against a Darkside, and it sounds like it's, you know, that's not the right attitude. Oh, we only want one map. But the reality is very few people are finding maps up against Darksiders. So you can do that, find a strat that works maybe, pull it out, see what you can do.
Yeah, it's I guess another case for PIXL to just get some match practice against a really strong team.
Yeah.
They are still a new team, remember. They came through from trials, and this is their first season in Contenders, so we're not expecting them to go up against Darksided, who last season were at the finals.
They could have, Darksided
could have won the finals.
Could have won
but
last season.
Didn't in the end. I mean, Darksided is a very, very strong team.
They are
one of the
indeed.
strongest teams coming through from last season. Them and Drop Bears were the ones that seemed the most untouched in a way. Even though there was roster changes for pretty much all of those top teams, it seemed like both Drop Bears and Darksided had come out of those with an advantage, where Masterminds and Blank Blue, well, I mean, Blank Blue, I think they kind of are okay. They were essentially untouched in the sense, but just their form has dropped off. Masterminds was absolutely gone. But yeah, Darksided, they are a very, very strong team from last season. We're not expecting PIXL to win this match. We're not expecting them really to even get close. But if they can take this as an opportunity to have some good practice against some really, really skilled players, one of the best teams in the region,
right?
Perhaps elevate themselves for next season of Contenders if they get back through trials, which at this point it's looking like they're going to be dropping down into again. Who knows what they can do?
And again, for me, a lot of it is, you know, seeing what you can do. It's easy to play Overwatch almost any game when you're in an advantageous position, but it's when things start falling apart, a lot of teams don't like practicing in that scenario. So you're not always even going to finish a scrim out necessarily if you're losing. So if you can come through and get some experience against a top tier team, even if you don't win, if you can learn a little bit about yourselves, learn a little bit about what may work, you see some pretty meta strats coming out as well from Darksiders. So potentially, you know, you can work out what works for you against that. Maybe the meta says you do X, but you know for your team, you're not as good as X, maybe you'll try Y. So all this opportunity that they can do here, getting these games on the board, getting some experience up against this team, and as much as they can do here in Contenders, because we have seen the other teams in the region who played in Season 1, Jordan, they've done considerably better in
Serenity.
Season 2. Yeah,
definitely an example of that. Kanga, another example. But that's, I guess, a discussion for Season 3. The option Eichenwald is locked in for PIXL eSports. Not a bad choice, given that so far from 3 games played on Kings Row, they've not won a single one. I think if you've got the choice to avoid Kings Row in that scenario, you probably go for it. Not that I think Eichenwald is going to be necessarily favorable for them here. Still think Darksided should close this one out and make it a 2-0, but of the two, I think it's the better choice for PIXL. Does give Dewboy a bit of freedom as well to play that far, which he does like to do. Can't really do that so much on Kings Row, so it does play a little bit in the hands of PIXL here.
I'm interested to see how Darksided go with this triple tank.
Where is
double
that come
sniper
from?
setup, Jordan? Who knows? Over the top, grapple into the air. I suspect was the answer.
Must have been.
This one.
Oh, almost gets him again. The timing, so good from Termo there, but can't land the shot. Admittedly, a difficult shot to hit, but
we'll just keep trying. Well, there we go. Ooh. The first one worked. The second two have been less successful, but this is all crucial time. PIXL is not using to attack. Yuki going to go down to Aki. I don't even know how that happened, but that's a pretty big pick. Candace brings him back. Virginia going to get brought in, dragged in there as well. Now into the back line. And you can see everyone from Darksided is still okay. Everyone other than Yuki, who's looking a little bit low. Oh, great pick from Molotov there with the hook. Throws it out, finds a pick. The rest of PIXL doing what they can here on the point. The question is it enough? I don't think it is.
Does not look like it.
Darksided getting the picks they need. Yuki going to find Exhurst in the end as well. And the Dragon Strike now available.
Yeah, Punk going to be getting the mech back very shortly as well. Looking for that Hulk Dragon Strike combo. Yuki waiting on the angle, looking for a free shot across, but going to necessarily present itself. But let's see what we get here. Here's the Dragon Strike. Where's the Holt?
There it is, throws it through. I'm not 100% sure if it was right where it needed to be in the end. Still, maybe popping it prematurely. But
Dragon Strike splits them.
Yeah, and you're not needing to use 2 ultimates to achieve it. So they can just hold off here. That's what Darksided wants to see. But Dewboy going to come around the back, finds Termo. That's one down, as Cantus did just pick up Yuki. Anyone that goes down now is down for good. Cantus gets picked up as well by Virginia. Great work actually coming out from PIXL. I'm getting more and more excited here, Jordan, as they manage to find the picks that they need here on attack. Duboy throws one out, sorry, Yuki throws one out onto Duboy, but it's not going to be enough. PIXL on the point, on the payload, going to pick up the battering ram. Nice work.
Yeah, it was a nice dive from Duboy. If you can get on top of the enemy Widowmaker, which is traditionally going to be the biggest annoyance for Afara, you definitely want to be taking advantage of that. Tomo does go down. The rest of the team sort of falls apart around that once the flank is opened up for PIXL. Now we're into the second phase. Not going to get any easier though for PIXL. Darkside are running the exact same composition. A little change up from PIXL with Duboy going onto the Genji. But aside from that, everything's fairly similar. Good trade out from Exerst.
Yeah, 1-for-1 to start things off. But Prowler now getting found out by Mooney. Definitely not what PIXL wants to see. One would anticipate the Darkside should be able to hold them off at this point. 3 minutes 20 on the clock. Still a fair bit of time, but not all the time in the world here, Jordan. Oh, looked maybe like Duboy was going to find a sneaky pick, but he was always going to go down, irrespective of who they found. Bad, ready for potentially an epic self-destruct. Maybe if we could find Cantus or something like that, pick up Yuki at the same time, that would be super useful here. But for now, it's going to be a Dragon Strike thrown through. But Tomo's the one who finds the pick.
Yeah. Oh, straight away though, Exerst with the response. Exerst has been pretty good at getting that, but he'll want to be doing it before he loses one of his players. Yeah. PIXL's going to have a really good shot at this. Right now, they've been stalled for quite a long time, actually.
Yeah, they have been stuck at this chokehold. Unfortunately for them, though, it's not even that the payload stuck here. They got the payload round the corner, but they haven't been able to get through the gate themselves. Every time they push out, Darkside pushes back just a little bit harder. And now we're down to only 2 minutes here for them to get this round the corner. I think it's going to take quite a bit of work for PIXL to get through phase 2.
Mooney is trying to provide space for his team, for his DPS to work. Molotov with the pick onto Aki. It's a big start, but Cantus goes down. Now Yuki as well. Absolutely no res available, of course. But Molotov definitely making some work happen in this fight as PIXL have lost 2 players to him. But Duboy here with the Dragon Blade could be the difference, could be the one that opens it up for PIXL.
It's pulled up, but he's going to chase everyone over the top, onto the bridge, and Molotov finds him. Big plays from the Zenyatta, big plays from the support. He's found 2. Wow. How do you win against that, Jordan?
That's vintage Molly making magic happen on Zenyatta. How unfortunate is that for PIXL? You get 2 fights to start or 2 picks to start the fight off, sorry. Immediately 2 in response from Molotov, and then he gets another 2 as well. 1 onto a Dragon Blade and Genji. What are you going to do?
To be fair, he gave himself a lot of room to work with there as well.
That's what you're supposed to do on Zenyatta, though. That's how he has to be playing. His positioning is perfect. So far at the back makes it so difficult to jump on the Zenyatta, and he can still have an effect on the fight from that far away because he doesn't have the damage fall off.
Exerst onto Yuki. Yuki was in there with the lurk, trying to find a pick onto the Widow. Unsuccessful. PIXL going to do everything they can here to get this across the line, get through successfully in phase 2 across to point B, but a lot of work required. And now Prowler's gone down, Virginia's gone down, Punk with 2 big kills as well. Molotov brought back to life. Duboy almost ready for the Dragon Blade, but he's going to get picked up there by Termo. 25 seconds on the clock. They're going to get one last attempt, and it's going to be all over the place as well. Well,
it should be a good attempt here. You've got Dragon Blade, and you combine that with Infrasight. It should be pretty easy now, or at least easier.
Someone's got to get it on the payload. It's one to get the kills.
Easier for Duboy to find those picks. So sure, someone has to get on the payload. That's going to be Virginia and Bad's job. But Duboy really needs to make this one happen. Exerst, a great pick to start off. Cantus is down.
Yeah, huge plays coming out. Dragon Blade through. Is it going to be more successful this time? The answer is well. He's not dead yet, but he hasn't found any kills. Trying to chase down Termo, not working out. Yuki finds Exerst in the back. That's finally something that Yuki's done here. It feels like he's tried time and time again to get that pick, but that's a big play coming out from Punk. Finds 2, and that should be that. PIXL going to be unsuccessful on this push. to clarify what I was saying with Yuki, who finds 2 big picks there. A few times now it's felt like he's been in the back line and just lost the battle for whatever reason to the Widow, who, to be fair, Widow is getting a nerf onto the grapple, I think, on the PTR or something, because it's just a little bit too easy perhaps to get away at the moment.
Probably warranted. I think at the moment, individually speaking, Widow is probably the most impactful hero in the game. When you think about it, you know, if you're a Widow, you hit every single shot, no one can do anything about it. Obviously unrealistic, but perhaps she is just having a little too much impact on the game right now. Then you can kind of put Hanzo up that alley as well. But anyway, that's a discussion for greater minds than ours.
Yeah.
PIXL only able to get 1 point, 89 meters.
The first point was actually pretty good there. It was a half-decent dive coming out from PIXL. They got the picks that they needed. It looked pretty good, and they captured the payload and did so in a reasonable amount of time. So definitely, if you take that aside, you can say that's pretty impressive, and they should be very happy with that. The second phase, a little bit tougher. Darksided managed to find themselves a good opportunity, a good way to push forward. They found a stranglehold really on that first choke point coming through. And unfortunately for PIXL, they just struggled to get out underneath the keep there. Darksided now have set themselves up with a pretty good position to try and pick up Eichenwald. So if you're PIXL, full hold here on the payload would be a great place to start.
Yeah. Looks like Molotov wants to play that Roadhog. Not sure that he's going to get the opportunity here, judging by what's going on. But perhaps, given that Termo and Yuki are playing the double sniper setup, everyone's going to swap back onto just the standard kind of Orisa slow progression for Darksided. And there's going to be the option here. Not sure. They're trolling me, Ben. Okay.
They're almost undoubtedly trolling you, Jordan.
Thanks.
That's why I stopped making comments about about team comps before they roll out.
Funny guys.
Got him. Not surprised. Pretty easy to get Elfishguy, let's be real. So out here behind the Orisa. We'll see what Molotov can do here on Hog. Time for a bit of suck hook, some people might suggest.
Oi. Exerst. Good shot for Termo, but easy res for Cantus. Quite a safe place. No harm done. Oh, and Termo playing with fire there. The fireball headed in his direction from Aki, who has been pretty sharp with those so far this season.
Great play.
Now the info is given though to Termo, and he shuts down Exerst.
Still got to watch out. Going to get forced back there as well by Virginia on the Winston. That's the play. That's what you need to see coming out from your tank players. But right now, it's going to be Darksided in an advantageous coming onto the point. But Dubois finds one. Maybe you thought he would find more than that. Perhaps a little bit unlucky. Stayed alive the entire way through. Darksided trying to get onto the point. PIXL doing a half-decent job of holding, but it is not going to be enough. They'll capture the payload and progress onto phase 2 and do so with a fair bit of time in the bank.
Very nice fight from Termo there, getting a lot of work done. And the cap is picked up now. He's oh wow! What a shot, Termo. He's looking to push forward, get that infra site built up a bit earlier. Well, so far, he's been quite successful in that, up to 36% already. I mean, that kill's not going to necessarily help Darksided out all that much, again, because that gate is going to take time to open, but it's a feel-good moment for Termo, that's for sure.
That one, however, will help.
Yes, he's definitely on the ball today.
Self-destruct comes through as well from Punk. Doesn't find anyone, doesn't matter. Yuki finds the pick, and to rub salt into the wound, it's Cantus there with the pistol on Mercy, finding the tank. Virginia goes down, and now you can see just how much ground Darksided can get here. Everyone pushing through, everyone except for probably Molotov, who's sitting on the payload right now. That payload getting ever closer to a map completion here on Eichenwald will put Darksided 2-0 up heading into the halftime break.
It's the expected result out of this one, but Virginia does get Mooney. PIXL still trying to hold on to this one, but 4 minutes time to burn. Maybe this fight goes their way, but maybe it doesn't. Molotov survives again. Can
we just say how well Molotov is doing getting out of the way? Everyone comes for him. He makes sure he's not in a place that he doesn't need to be.
Very important skill for Zenyatta.
That is half the battle. But right now, the battle is definitely not going in the favor of PIXL. Punk with yet another self-destruct. This one can be stuck right on top of the payload if he wants to. Real potential here for this to cause a ruckus. Bad goes down. Molotov finds another kill. Darksided going to win here on Eichenwald.
Dude, they are very, very easy once again for Darksided to close that map out. PIXL not getting enough done on their attacking side. They didn't really give themselves much of a chance.
No.
To be fair, Darksided rolled through their own attacking side quite quickly. Indeed, a lot of time left over for them. Had things gone maybe a little bit more awry. But, I mean, look, what more do you really have to say about this matchup? Because, again and again, we kind of just keep harping on about it. Darksided is expected to 4-0 this matchup. They are the better team. PIXL's doing their best, but their best is not enough.
It is not enough, but to be fair, most teams don't have enough to get past Darksided. So it's what you can learn. It's can you get a map? Can you have a great phase? Can you have a great defense? Whatever it may be, take what you can from the match, learn from it, and evolve for either next season. If you go down to Trials, you're still in a better spot than the teams who are in Trials who don't have this experience.
Yep.
And there's real potential here, I think, for PIXL to do well if they're here next season.
Yeah, Termo was having an absolute monster game there on Eichenwald as well. Particularly on the attacking side, he was just shutting everything down. Really pushed
Probably
Darksided
find
through.
one of those. Yeah, there we go. There we go. But, as you said, a lot of this in the end came down to Termo, who ended up, like, on fire in the game, on fire IRL. Let's be real. So, smashing it out. A number of big, big plays coming out from the Widow. And she said the Widow can be one of the most impactful heroes in the game, and we saw exactly that right then with Termo.
Even if you have a total team of bots, which obviously Termo doesn't have, if you can get 2 picks as a Widow to start off the fight, you know, 4v6, probably still going to be dreaming. So that's a good strat for the...
team of bots, a team of Elfishguy.
Team of No, come on, mate. You're the bot when it comes to our duo.
Wow,
I just want to say that.
I won 5 games straight yesterday, by the way, so I'm on an SR high right now.
That's good. Doesn't matter, though, because your SR high is still not very good.
So mean. Well,
it is what it is.
It's halftime in our last matchup of the day. We're going to go to a break. I'm going to have a cry because Elfishguy is mean. But when we come back, more Overwatch Contenders Australia.